All right, so there you go, the very last speaker there, Simon Along. Gentlemen, let's get talking. What exactly is happening in Plateau State? It's not the first time we're seeing this crisis. As a matter of fact, my father met my mother in Plateau State, so that state holds a very dear place in my heart. I mean, that was where I was even conceived, I understand.
So you are a bona fide citizen of Plateau State. Yeah.
All right, but I mean, this crisis over and over again, we keep seeing it. I wonder, let's even try to define what kind of crisis. Is it political, is it religious, or is it ethnic, gentlemen?
Well, I think it's a mixture of both religion and politics. But the greatest share of that problem is politics. If you are able to remove politics from what is going on across the country, not only Plateau State, then you find out that there will be a quick solution to the problem. And you may want to ask me, why did I say so? You find out that this is the only country you will see people that are branded as unknown herdsmen. I've never seen, the little research I have conducted, I've never seen any country where you see a group of people in a place and the government will say that it will define them as unknown. It doesn't happen. We have smaller countries like Togo here. Why are the unknown herdsmen not going there to kill people? You have Ghana there. Why are the unknown herdsmen not going there to kill people? You have South Tome and Principe, a very small country. Even Gabon, a country of less than 1 million people. Why are the herdsmen not going there to kill people and grab land?
Maybe because they don't have as much population as we do.
Must it be, is it an issue of population? The bottom line of this crisis is land grabbing. It's land grabbing.
But in Plateau State?
No, across the country. My pain is that the governor of Kano State has openly come out to the whole world and told the whole world that there is enough land in Kano State that all the headers should come there. Have they gone there?
We will come to this issue of the grazing and ranching.
Whether they have gone there,
let's stay with the Plateau crisis. Okay. I wonder what your thoughts are. Is it a political crisis?
No, it isn't.
Religious?
It is purely economic. It's economic.
Oh, economic?
It is economic.
Because Victor says it's political. You are saying it's economic.
It is economic.
When
you look at what we are facing currently, not just today, you will agree with me, we have rural-urban migration as a major problem for the developing world. Now, when you have been to Plateau and see what happened there, you will see lots of, pastures that are so ideal for grazing and all that, you understand. Now, because you have less people in rural areas, as not just synonymous to Plateau now, some herders within and outside Nigeria have found that area attractive, and they believe there is no reason why they should not have a share, Now, it didn't just come up. It isn't something of a few months or few years. It's been like this for a long time. Now, what have we done, even as a government, you understand? Tackling this economic issue, the first line of defense to guarantee security, it is citizens' welfare. By the time you have people who join the police, who we could categorize as the secondary line and level of security, of guaranteeing security, now you have them joining, not necessarily because they want to protect anyone, but because they want to earn a living. So the problem now is that for someone who had left Niger or Chad or Zamfara coming to Plateau, it is purely economic.
All right. Ambrose Igboke joins us live from the coal city, that's Enugu, of course, public affairs analyst and media consultant. Ambrose, the guest here in the studio, Victor says this problem is political. Richard says it is economical.
Yeah, of course.
And
it's economic.
Ambrose, I'm wondering, is this problem a spiritual one?
Good afternoon. I would say that the problem is socio-political because it has both in the mix. Having said that, it has been a problem for a long time. Some analysts have argued that any problem of this nature, which does not have political backing, does not sustain as this one is sustaining. Therefore, it is clear that there must be some hand of Esau in what we are having today. I remember when the former President Olusegun Obasanjo declared a state of emergency in the Plateau State, when Joshua Dariye was the governor. It was political. It was a political crisis painted as religious crisis. And so I'm surprised that the governor now, Lalong, is talking about that they have been able to wipe away religious crisis. These things are just assuming different names. They are all the same. Some other ethnic group is trying to dominate another ethnic group. They come in arms, they attack them, grab their land, destroy their crops, rape their women, and kill their people, and then grab it. A lot of people from Plateau will tell you that a good number of villages and communities have been annexed by force by some people who are not indigenous to those areas. And we are all keeping quiet about it as if nothing is happening there. Therefore, the governor should come out to state the way it is. Last time we saw a video of a religious leader in a community displaying the corpses of his people that were being massacred and that have been silent. Therefore, the government should act decisively, and the governor should stop making political statements and actually go down and see what is happening. He is not the only state in Nigeria. Why will such be happening consistently in that state? We need to tackle it in the bud and ensure that Plateau State becomes what it's known for. I mean, Plateau, especially Jos, I mean, used to be a place where people wanted to go on vacation in days of yore. People want to go to Plateau to enjoy the cold weather. Foreigners used to come to Jos, and there were a lot of foreign direct investment those days. It used to be one of the best tourism cities in Nigeria. But now it has been messed up. It has been decimated by all kinds of wars and internal conflicts and ethnic clashes. Therefore, the governor should please, instead of playing to the gallery saying that I wiped the religious war and death is death, whether it comes with religious war, social conflict, or land grabbing, as Victor said, they are all wars and they kill people.
Well, let's stay with you for a moment, Ambrose. Now that states have begun evacuation, I mean, it's interesting to see that states have begun evacuating students, corps members, and all of that. We do have the Nigerian Governors Forum. Is that something the governors can do instead of evacuating residents or indigenous rather of their various states? Is that something the governors can rather do to support or help tackle the crisis headlong instead of just evacuating people who probably even do have investment in Plateau States, who have lived there all their life? As I speak with you, I have an uncle and auntie in Jos at the moment. They have been there all their lives.
Well, there is only a person that is alive that can do economic activities. It's only somebody who is alive that can, maintain properties or own properties. In this kind of situation, the first instinct that kicks in is survival. Therefore, when you are trapped in a crisis position, you are not thinking about your wealth, you are not thinking about your money, you are not thinking about your any other thing than your survival. So first of all is the survival. Some of them have been trapped. The governor who is from another state, for example, may not have much to do in a crisis that's happening in another state. The workforce on the table of the chief security officer of the state, who is the governor, in collaboration with the federal government to ensure that his state is crisis free. So the governors who are sending help to their citizens are not doing the wrong thing. They are doing the right thing because some of those citizens asked for it. In the past, some of the governors have not been this proactive. That people have been left to find their own way and survive on their own. But with this, we've seen a lot of evacuation taking place. That goes to say a lot that the governors are becoming more involved in the welfare of their citizens and what happens to their citizens outside their home state. And for this, we must commend the governors for that effort. And also, it's not just about bringing them. We also need the issue of debriefing. We need the issue of at least giving them something to sustain themselves till they are able to be on their feet again, uniting them with the families that are in their home front, and helping them to see whether they can settle down until the crisis in the Plateau cools down. And this is commendable.
I mean, you've spoken very well. Stay with us. We'll check in with you as we shift our focus to other topics. Gentlemen, I wonder what you guys make of this evacuation process as embarked upon by governors of various states, Lagos, Ogun State, Kaduna, Cross River, and other states. Let's begin with you, Richard.
Yeah, I think it's a logical thing to do, going by what we have, the vulnerability of the citizens, defenseless citizens. So someone has got to do something, come to their aid and rescue them. I mean, temporarily until we have some level of sanity. So I
understand the Lagos State government evacuated a 3 weeks old baby.
That is a very kind of tragedy for our system, because that child is as innocent as anyone a baby could be. So, but again, I say that the government has done a good thing by rescuing that child.
All right, Victor, evacuation.
It's a good thing. There's no reasonable or responsible governor that will expose his citizens.
Let me also ask, is that something the federal government can do? Is that something Mr. President can do?
There's something he can do. He's the commander-in-chief of the armed forces. Those people who are blaming the governors because they are very quick to blame the governor, the first point of reference is security vote, as if it is only governor that collects a security vote. The president collects security vote. The vice president, ministers, local government chairman, and all that, they collect security vote.
I'm sure the argument is that the governor is the chief security officer of his state.
It's chief security by just name. They don't command the security agency. It is the president that has the sole responsibility of commanding the security agency. That is why it's called the commander-in-chief. Just like an editor-in-chief of a magazine or a newspaper organization. He is the one that can say, you, chief of army staff, deploy a troop to so place. The price is there. The governor do not have power, such power, and that is why we are calling.
But the governor went to see the president. Why not request for this for that?
Have they not been requesting? Have we not been requesting? On this program, have we not been calling for decentralization of the armed force of the security agency by introduction of state police? We have been doing it.
If I may say something, I started by telling you that the whole thing boils down to economic issues. We can do lots in this regard by making sure the governors, the governors are having their cakes and eating their cakes and having them. The issue here is that, good, as the chief security officer of their states, they are not vested with enough powers. But with existing powers, what have they done with them?
With it.